Hello and welcome. My name is Ajaxpost and you join me here once again in Transport Fever 2 at a place where, well, we spent quite a bit of time here in the last episode. This is Manila Sawmill. You can see that, it says on the sign, so it must be true. Yeah, we were reworking our logs and planks delivery in the last episode. And G. George, thank you so much for commenting, reminded me of a previous comment he made on an earlier video where I made a slightly, well, an inefficient choice of cargo arrangements. And he suggested you could have done the same thing in this one as I suggested in that previous video, and he's absolutely right. So what we've got here, let's pause this because I'm going to need to make a change before the trains get too carried away. What we've got here coming into the sawmill, if you saw the last episode you'll know this already. We've got the logs bulk coming from Manila, and we've got the Surat forest bulk coming in from Surat forest. So we've got the short brown line coming in from there, from Manila forest, and we've got the longer green line coming in all the way from Surat. And what G. George has suggested before, and reminded me again this time, you see what happens is I need to actually utilise the technique and use it 2 or 3 times, and then it becomes kind of embedded in my consciousness. So it becomes an automatic method that I first think of and go to using. And yeah, because I've not actually used it yet, this is my excuse, which is why I didn't think of doing it for here. But it makes absolute sense, is rather than having the logs delivered from Manila Forest directly into the sawmill, have them shipped down here to Surat Forest, where we will still get paid for them because they are demanded by the sawmill, and then send all that collected log supply from Manila and Surat Forest up to the sawmill on one very big train indeed, and make money sort of twice over for the logs we're getting from Manila Forest. So that's the first thing we're going to do. We're going to rearrange our stations here so that this line here, Manila bulks line, will go from here into here and then go back there empty. Well, it's empty at the moment. I think things may develop. We may get more industry where we need to take it back, but for the time being we'll send it back empty to pick up more logs, and we'll have the big train. Well, the train will have to be bigger from Surat. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to head off quite quickly for this episode into the speed building thing as I rejig these stations. It shouldn't take too much to get Manila logs shipping down here to Surat. So again, I'll stop talking, hand over to a little bit of a speed build and soundtrack, and I'll see you in a couple of minutes time. Well, I think that was quite straightforward. Yeah, the slight issue I've had was I've been doing some decorating off camera, and I've been putting fences around some of my stations, and they just got in the way of my expansion. I've also made the platforms for the Surat forest line that much longer, because we're going to need longer trains. So at the moment, actually that line is currently 253. That's nowhere near enough, because the forest itself will generate 400. Yeah, plus the 400 we might get from Manila Forest. No, we're going to need bigger and probably a second train on there, to be honest. So let's manage this vehicle. What can we add on to that? It's not very fast at the moment. What is your performance? Which train are you? You're the D51. Presumably a reasonably... there you go. 1280. Yeah, your speed's okay and your power's okay, but it's not the best power we've got. And these newer ones faster but not as powerful. I think... yeah. Actually... I like you, the Russian FD. How's his time to upgrade that train? Yeah, I think we could do that. So it'll make it a little bit faster and a lot more powerful. So let's take you away. We'll put you on. And how many of these wagons can we stick on there? You'll be the flat car with stakes, won't you, of course? There you are. So our length is 216. Can we go to 225? How long is that going to be when it compares to our platforms? Is that... yeah, I don't think so. I think the rate updates when it gets to its station, when it knows what the route looks like. Now this Manila train... oh no, you're a passenger line, aren't you? Yeah. So what was it waiting for up there? Oh, for that Manila train. Right, it's going to go hurtling past there. Okay, we'll see. 337 is the rate on Manila logs, which is just under the production rate of the forest. So we may need an extra wagon on there, but that's... well, we'll see. So how much is this train going to take away? 351. You've got a capacity of 200 and something, haven't you? 14. Oh, did I not upgrade the train? Did I not press buy? Oh, the man's an idiot. Honestly, I don't think I did I? No. You should have told me. You should have warned me that I'm being a blithering, forgetful... yeah. No, not there. You can go to the front of the consist. Shift, there you go. And we're putting more of these wagons on. There you go, 252 capacity. Good. Right, so now the capacity of the line has increased to 442, which would be fine. A little bit over the top, to be honest, if it was just that one train delivering one forest worth of logs. But we've got two trains coming in now. That is you. You're turning up already. Now you're going to fit into this longer platform that I've made for you. I think it will, actually. If we got room to spare, we could put another wagon on there. Right, we may need another train on there. We'll come back to that one later. Actually, while we're here, this Manila train, there you are. Waiting to enter the station. How much money are you going to make for me? $130, that's... yeah, one of those trains plus... yeah, we're definitely going to need another train on Surat Forest, aren't we? Nearly 1 million, 750,000. That's fine. Now, while those trains do their business... one other little thing that I wanted to deal with is aged vehicles. And what we notice here, looking at my vehicle stats, is that we have a number of trains, these passenger trains on the route to Error 1 from Ajaxima, are in good condition despite being 20 years old. But that's the quality of the locomotive, the quality of the engineering, isn't it, that improves over time, whereas these slightly younger trains on the Kiev ore and coal routes going into our Kiev steel mill, that's round here, isn't it? Yep, this is these lines here. They're looking bad already, so I think they're worth looking at, investigating and upgrading, I think. So let's have a look at that. So what have we got here? Let's manage that vehicle. So you are the JNR 9600 and you are JNR 9600. Oh, you're all the way back there. Yeah, 40 miles an hour, 640 kilowatts of power. That's not a lot, is it? No. Have we got another train now? To be honest with you, I did have a look at this before I started the recording to see if there were vehicles that needed replacing. And I worked out the best way of looking at this list at the moment is power rating. So I don't want anything that much more expensive than these current trains, or that much faster, because these are relatively short routes. And as we'll see, the line is more or less keeping up with the production from each of the mines, so capacity isn't so much of an issue. So we don't need to go that much faster or be that much more powerful than we are at the moment. So this is what we've got now, 40 at 640. We've got these, which are not that much more expensive, 386,000, 456,000. So another 100 grand. But they go faster and they're that bit more powerful. Which, we've got, now that one says passenger, so we'll not do that one. Should we do a C55? You're improved from the C54. I think we'll take one of these. Which one should we use? Standard shape. We could do that. 62. It's quite a bit faster, but I don't think it'll. Yeah, I don't think speed's an issue here, to be honest. It's just the power I want. So we'll put you in, and you are the Tomu 500 or 5000 wagon. So we are looking for coal here, basically, aren't you? So we'll shorten the list down. There you are. You carry 13 at 40. Okay, do we have any that go any faster? Because we can go faster now on this new locomotive. No. We've got the gondolas. Ooh. Now you carry one less. I think we could do that. Let's add the gondola then. Can I make them all sort of black for the coal? That's better. It's a very shiny black, isn't it, by the look of it? Slightly less shiny black. I'm just faffing, really, isn't it? Make it 120 capacity. Okay, yeah, let's do that. Good. So where are you? You're presumably at the station. You're loading up at the moment. Yeah. You're a nice looking locomotive. Oh, that's quite a nice black, actually. Yeah, I'm good with that. I am good with that. So the throughput on that line is 404. Obviously 400 for the coal industry. And there was one from the ore. Now, when I looked at this, I discovered that some of the ore mines, not you. Yeah, there's a second coal mine and also a second ore mine where I put newer trains on. So I'm not going to worry about those. We're just going to upgrade the oldest ones. So that's you. Yeah, you're 19 years old as well. Might as well do the same thing here, to be honest. Yeah, stick the same train on there as we had on the other one. If I can remember what it was. Manage the vehicle, edit, and we'll make these gondolas, because you carry ore as well, a sort of dull orangey colour, like that. Okay, and there was 10 of those, wasn't it? 120, and the steam locomotive, because apparently steam locomotives don't actually carry coal. Weird, eh? sorted by pallets. I've got the same sort of order, and it was a C55, wasn't it? And we went for the standard shape. Should we put a deflector on this one, on the ore line? Yeah, just to mix it up a little bit. Well, so where are you? Oh, you're en route. That's actually quite a bright orange. Right, so that's that job done. Have you ever had one of those moments where you suddenly, unexpectedly come to realise that you're a right-on idiot? Yeah, me too. Just now, well, in fact, it's a couple of hours ago now. But I've gone and messed up this recording. There was a whole section there between the end of October 1941 and today, which is April 1942, where I did a number of smallish things and completely forgot to record what the heck I was doing. So a quick recap of the things that you missed. I added a second train onto the Surat Forest bulk line, and the line is already well in profit. Yeah, 1.6 million in profit. That's good. So we've got 2 trains running. Yeah, they're keeping track of all that wood. Yeah, that's coming out there. You see, what have we got here? We've got, oh, that's the Manila train, presumably. Yeah, delivering another 130 on top of the 229 that's there already. Is there a train coming in to pick it up? No, not yet. Where is it? Where you are just coming out of there, so you're going to pick that up. Yeah, so that's that should keep that sawmill full and busy. So I've actually also increased the capacity on the trains, taking planks from there to the, where is it, the tools factory there, and bringing tools back, and also the little train that takes tools from here into the hub. I also added some more capacity to the Ajaxima to Georgetown passenger route, not because it's oversubscribed at either end, which is, you know, this is often the case, but in the middle. Yeah, there's loads of people in Manila all of a sudden who want to go to Ajaxima. I mean, I had a perfectly workable passenger service there before, and it was middling to good, but now it's just getting outrageous. Rather than putting on more capacity per train and making the trains longer, I thought just for the moment I'll actually add another train on there. It's probably not the most sensible thing to do, because an extra train is just more cost, whereas extra capacity, making them trains longer, is a little bit less of a cost. But we'll let that run, because what I'm waiting for is properly fast and powerful locomotives, probably diesel, or maybe a good electric. Oh, there's a thought, to sort of cope with much larger passenger trains. And I also added another train onto the Chengdu combat delivery line, because A, it's another very long route. It's that red route, it goes all the way down there. But also because I noticed here at the Chengdu transfer, we've got a lot of goods waiting, and goods are very much in demand these days. So I put another train on there. Again, they're all quite long, so they should be able to cope with that. What's the capacity on each one? Is only 96. Oh, because it's a NAFI wagon that I'm using. Yeah, and they only carry 8 or 9, isn't it? They're not the most... They don't take the most capacity at the NAFI, but they carry everything from plastic and goods. Not quite sure why plastic's going up there. Maybe that's going all the way to Rangpur. But I also noticed while I was here that these truck stops are also getting very, very busy and full, creating the plastic here. That one there, you're not quite so full. Actually, I've added an extra platform to you, so yeah, you're not overflowing quite so much. But also here, taking the goods and the plastics out from here, from the goods factory, into the export by train. Oh, that is getting ridiculously overloaded. Can I make that station? I think I've got room here to add capacity to that, haven't I? Yes, let's configure this. Oh, we're not that far over the top, really. But I could make the platform bigger. So that might be a thought to cope with the longer trains. Actually, yes, I'll do that. But to do that, we're going to have to rejig these lines. So, sorry, Mr. Train, but you're going to have to go back a little bit. Oh, you left the smoke in the air. Is there a song like that? No, there isn't. I'm just making that up. So I just like to have random song lyrics just popping into my head for no particularly good reason. So we'll add some more station track there and there. A bit more cargo platform. All the way at the end. There and there. Okay. And you're not overflowing anymore. Oh, that adds quite a lot of capacity to the station. Now let's see though if I can get this track put back in. So if we take you, can you go there? 82? Oh, that's fast enough, I think, isn't it? Yeah. And there. We're going to need a little bit of a crossover. Can we do it like so? Yes, we can. Good. So that's probably a little bit long for the train, but let's see, shall we? See, it's bringing us, the Chengdu freight line is wonderful. It brings lots of good stuff in from Ajaxima, and also, gosh, 2 million, and takes a lot of stuff back. That's good. So what is that train carrying? Only 96. Yeah. We'll let that be for the moment. We'll come back and deal with that. Now, we did actually have something arrive when we turned into 1942, and that was some new aeroplanes. And I have a suspicion that they are just passenger planes. That is the Douglas. Oh, you take all cargo. Oh, that's excellent. Good, so I can get you on the cargo route as well, because currently the cargo is using, yeah, the Junkers 52, which goes at 124 and carries 10. Okay, you carry 10 but go a good deal faster. What about the passenger line? Oh, it's not a passenger plane. So the SkyTrain does not carry passengers. Oh, it says all cargo though. Okay. Yeah, the Junkers does appear there. It says all. Oh, it does say cargo, doesn't it, as opposed to just all. Okay. Oh, that's good. Okay. So we've got a replacement for the old Junkers. About time too, actually. So, in the cargo section of the airport, which is overflowing. Again, this was actually mentioned on the Steam forums just a few days ago, I think, about possible upgrades. It would be nice if the airports were properly modular. Because at the moment these are small airports, but in a few years' time we'll be able to build large airports. And you can't simply extend your airport to make it a large one. You've got to destroy it and rebuild it, which is very, very annoying and costly when it comes to all the lost cargo you might have to pay for, and also adding extra buildings to it. I mean, we can add extra terminals, but it'd be nice to have some sort of storage options for airports. Anyway, getting off the track. So this here, we're going to manage our vehicles. Actually, they're not very old, these, are they? So we might as well replace all of them, I think, with the Douglas. Oh, you do still work on a small... it just suddenly occurred to me that it might need a large airport. But no, there are no large airplanes yet. That's a relief. Okay, less than 10 million. Gosh, these airplanes are very cheap. Excellent. So that's you done in this nice sort of... Okay, you're a passenger plane. Have we got a... Come on, tell me we have got a cargo plane somewhere around here. Of course they're not. Why would they be? When I'm... Oh, you're one. There you go. Fabulous. C4. Isn't that an explosive? I'm sure that's what they used to use in Stargate SG-1 to blow things up. Oh, I might be mistaken. Right, so that's a little extra thing done. Now, kind of the theme for these last few episodes has been putting cargo into towns which haven't been served with cargo as yet. Every town is now connected into our passenger network one way or another, but we do have quite a few towns which don't have cargo deliveries, and one of them is here, Surat, which as you can see, there you go. Has it grown at all? It's grown a bit as we put passengers in and added more links outside to other cities. So we're going to need cargo coming in here, which sort of fits into something I was looking at on the map earlier and thinking, what unused industries do I have? And I noticed we've got 2 farms here. And what do 2 farms need? They need a food processor. So what I was thinking, we could build a food processing plant in here to start adding extra food into our network. We've got quite a lot coming in. We've got food over there in Izmir. We've got food coming in from Fukushima or somewhere. Yeah, from over there as well. There might well be another one somewhere which I've forgotten. But you can't have too much food. Oh, the new one near Georgetown, but that's a small operation at the moment. So I think we could put that in there. And we need to build then a cargo station in Surat to get that delivered, and also obviously want to connect Surat into the freight network as a whole. However, I did notice that our main freight hub at Ajaxima EpicMMX, the multimodal exchange here, is quite oversubscribed at the moment. There are no real free terminals. We've got Terminal 3 free, which is basically these 2 sheds here. Yeah, which it would work as a platform, but it just seems wrong to do that. We've also got 7, and that's simply the other side of these tracks, because I put... Yeah, this was a stupid decision on my part, to put this track in between platforms rather than have 2 tracks. So that's just the other side of that same track, which we could use, but it might lead to conflicts with that's the Manila route, which actually is only a small route, but no, I don't want to do that. We've got one other free terminal, I think, which is 16, which is way over here, which is serving the other side of the map entirely. But what I was thinking was, if we look at configure here, we have got room to extend out this way a little bit more. So I think we could add some more platforms in here. So our final bit of speed build for this episode is going to be adding in a freight service to Surat. So we're going to add in the bit from the hub to start with, and depending on how long that takes me, we will also add in a food factory setup here as well. We shall see. So I'm going to stop talking and I'll hand over to the speed build and the soundtrack, and I'll see you again. Well, I can't actually see you, I'm afraid, but I'll be speaking to you again in a few minutes' time. Well, that took somewhat longer and was a bit more involved than I anticipated. Largely because, as we saw at the beginning of that speed build, this whole truck station had to be rebuilt, basically. So unfortunately, I can't get rid of that central stop there. Don't think I can still, can I? Let's try and remove that. Yeah, it wants to destroy everything. That's the key platform of this whole station. But nonetheless, we managed to make way. We managed to take out all the fencing I'd put in so carefully a little while ago. Ooh, that needs painting. I'll paint that a little bit later. So we've now reduced the size of that one, moved it down closer to the airport, but we now have room for a reasonable size. It's still a fairly small platform. It's 160 in length. Yeah, it's not great, but it'll do for the time being. So we've got room for another platform and a much more intelligent looking building at the end as well, which I quite like. So, should we get a train on there? What shall we have? Let's pause that for a second. Ooh, you're going to need to come out of... Okay, actually, let's get that line up. Oh, it's line 1. This doesn't... No, I need to give it a proper name, don't I? We'll call that the Surat Freight Bulk. For the moment, I might give it a more sensible name once I've remembered what my naming system is. Now, can we get... Oh, I'm not sure if we can get vehicles on there. We can from there. Can we get them on from here? This is the only through platform. No, it's not. This is the only through platform. So can we get that? Get over there to there. I think we can. Just about. I think we can. So it's going to have to be this far depot again. And let's put a vehicle on there. Actually, while I'm here, electrics. Yeah, they're still quite slow, so we haven't quite got the speed and power that I'm looking for a big electric train. So we're going to stay with the steam. Surat is a bit of a way away. Okay, let's sort it by power again. So you're yes, you're quite a good mix, I think. Certainly while we get this route established, we may well need to upgrade the train as once businesses realise they can deliver to Surat. Yeah, I think we'll take this. So we'll take one of you and we'll put on there. We don't know what's going to be delivered yet, do we? So I think we'll probably stick with the NAFI and just put that on there. That's more than it probably need for quite possibly a whole year before it needs to fill that up, or before it has cargo to fill that up. We'll take that. And can we put you on the Surat line? It thinks we can, which is excellent. And there's that train. So we will follow you out. And we'll wrap this episode up hereabouts, I think. Thank you. Ooh. Yeah, I love this station. It's so busy. It could be busier. I think as time goes on we'll see a lot more trains going through this, but for the moment it's our busiest station. I think it certainly is busier than our passenger station. Ooh, that's interesting. We're not overflowing any of our passenger routes. I may need to investigate that and see if we need to do anything about that in the near future. Right, you're waiting here for some reason for those trains to go through. Yeah, it's a pity there's only that one route through to those platforms there. It would be nice perhaps if we could spin off here. I wonder if I can do that. Can we put a track in here which would spin off, say, from here? Oh, we could actually. To some of these lines at least. Should we try that? If I get you up here, can I then connect you up to there? I can. That's excellent. We'll put a double slip in there just for no particularly good reason, I suppose. Yeah, so we could have... Certainly, that is the Georgetown and Chengdu... Sorry, Manila. Georgetown and Manila lines, I think, would be served by that little bit of track there. So we get trains out of the depot from there. Right, that train's going to wait for a bit, so I will wait for that to get into position, and we'll come back as it tries its maiden voyage. Oh, that didn't take long at all, actually. So what we'll do, I will get into the cab of this, I think, and we'll follow him along. And I will say, thank you so much for joining me today. Hope you've enjoyed this episode of Transport Fever 2. If you have, it'd be great to hear from you. A little bit of a like would be lovely, but even better, if you've got anything to say about what I'm doing with the game, or the game itself, anything you feel like correcting me on, or some compliments might not go amiss as well, perhaps, if you feel up to that. Whatever you feel like saying anyway, please do let me know by dropping a note into the comments box below. Other than that, of course, if you've not already subscribed to the channel, then you could do that now. And that way you'll know when I upload another one of these, or any of my other Let's Play series. Oh, it's getting onto the right track, that is good. Yep, just click the old subscribe button and you'll be fine. You'll just hear from me every now and then when new videos are uploaded. But from me, Ajaxpost, here in Transport Fever 2, until the next time, bye bye for now.